Well, today I thought I would speak a little bit about St. John Birchmans. He is, as our servers should well know, the patron saint of altar boys. In his prayer, we have a prayer to him posted in the sacristy where you vest. So he was one of those saints, sort of like Saint Therese. He did nothing spectacular in his life. It was only by little things that he became a great saint. And he was born to a poor, or rather a lower class family. His father was a shoemaker. And so as a young boy, he was sent to school. His father was able to make enough money to send him to school. And John, would often wake up very early in the morning before school, around 5 o'clock in the morning, so that he could go first to the parish church. And there he served Mass. Sometimes he would serve 2 or 3 Masses before he went to school. He was quite intelligent. He studied hard and he was learning a lot, but then his father hit some financial difficulties, and so he had to pull him out of school. There was nothing for him to do but now help his father make shoes. However, his heart, he longed to study more because he wanted to become a priest. He wanted to give his life to God. So he worked hard in his father's shop, hoping to maybe if they made enough money, he could finally pay for school. Well, it didn't work out. But luckily, there was a pastor, near the local pastor. He was generous, and he was willing to take him in, young John, and his father, he requested this because he wanted to help his son become a priest. So he stayed at the rectory with this priest, and he would be given classes, and in turn, he would be a servant. That is, he would do the dishes, prepare the table, and serve. He would be a waiter, and he would sweep the floors. All of the household duties, that's what he had to do to really pay for his classes. He eventually would go to the seminary proper and become a priest. And he also became a Jesuit. He entered the order of the Jesuits, and it's interesting that this order, it was founded by a soldier, as you may well know, St. Ignatius of Loyola. In their rule, there's a lot of very minute details. They legislate how you are to carry your eyes, how you use your eyes, how you use your hands, what you are allowed to touch and not touch. Well, St. John, by being faithful to those little things, those little rules, he became quickly a great saint, and he was only 22 when he died, but he had already a very great reputation for sanctity, everyone who knew him. Now, for the altar boys, what can you take away from this? First of all, treasure the Mass. The Mass is the beginning and the source of holiness and of a happy life, of a successful life. And you're privileged to be closer to the altar than anyone else save the priest. And you have duties much like that of a soldier. Perhaps you've dreamed at some point of being some soldier or some important high-ranking officer. If you notice, at least the good ones, they are very well disciplined. And they wear a nice uniform, but they stand erect, and their eyes are usually cast down. They are focused. And you are able to really practice all of those things you can see, even in an earthly soldier, but for a much greater purpose, the glory of God. Many soldiers, especially today, they don't serve good masters. In fact, they are asked to do very wicked deeds. But here, we have no fear of that. You are doing one of the most elevated things you could possibly do as a man, to wait on the priest. When you wait on the priest, when you serve the priest at Mass, you're not really waiting on a human person, because the priest, he acts in the name of Christ himself. When he says the words of consecration, it is Christ who speaks those words. So you are waiting on Christ himself. You are able to be, in a very excellent manner, a soldier of Christ when you are serving the altar. So that devotion to the little things, the little rules. Remember that we are not allowed to wander with our eyes. We have to be still, and we have to fold our hands. All of these things, they can be hard, especially for long periods. But the littlest acts, if we do it with that intention, and it's good to renew this intention from time to time, that we are doing it for God himself, it will have an eternal reward. And something that can help you prepare to be a better server at the altar is to take the same discipline and use it in your day-to-day life. So, for example, you can, by being faithful to setting the table at home and sweeping the floors and cleaning dishes, to be attentive, really, to the needs of your parents or your superiors or whoever it may be. Because a good server at the altar, he is always watching for what he has to do next. He's looking for a sign from the MC or the priest. And in life, if you are attentive, then you will be able to have many opportunities of charity. If you're wandering all the time, then you miss out on a lot. So ask St. John Birchmans today to help you really persevere in serving well, so that you can serve your whole life long, because the things you learn at the altar, you can use your whole life. May God bless you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.